Hi, everyone. In case you didn't see live at the White House today, I was going to bring it to you firsthand. The Liars Tour continues. Today, it's on the main stage of our White House. All the opening acts are there. As you can see, we have Pam Bondi, Christy Nomes. You really can't see. It looks like Stephen Miller, Kash Patel. Who else? These are just a few. You'll see as we go on. Grab a barf bag if you haven't, because you're gonna need a couple of them. All right, here we go. This is the introduction to the President of the United States. This, I feel like it's 1940s or 50s intro. Check this out. And also, by what everyone's wearing, you can't even tell it's current, up-to-date stuff, because everybody just wears the same old junk. All right, here we go.
United States.
So we got the general looking forward. Here it comes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pete
Please.
Hegseth. Oh, gold chair. Let's have fun.
Oh, it's a great honor to have all my friends here. It's like Old Home Week. What a job you're
We're all
doing.
friends.
And
Yay.
thank you very much for that. We want to begin by thanking the people that have done such a great job at the White House. They have been doing really incredible work during a shutdown.
Oh, it's lying time. Listen up.
I don't even know if they're supposed to be working, but they wouldn't miss a day. So I just want to thank everybody for that very much. And we're here today to discuss a sweeping,
I wouldn't miss a day
unprecedented,
either
and
if I got
historically
jets
successful
for
operation that my
170 million.
administration has carried
I
out
got
in
paid
recent
as much
weeks
as they do for doing
to arrest,
nothing.
prosecute, and permanently remove members of foreign drug cartels from American soil. And the people gathered around this table are the ones that are doing it, and in this room. Some of them sitting a little behind track. Some of them, I'm surprised, are not actually at the table. You people should be very insulted by that. But you've done a great job back there. On my first day in office earlier this year, I signed an executive order to officially designate the drug cartels and savage transnational gangs as foreign terrorist organizations. It was my honor to do so. And on that same day, I also signed an order directing the creation of the Homeland Security Task Force to bring together all federal,
Trying to
state,
write
and
with this.
local partners to achieve the national policy goal of eliminating the cartel presence in America once and for all. And the results are, and it's early, and the results are spectacular. Led by ICE and the FBI, this task force includes the Department of Justice, the Department of War, DHS, the intelligence community, ATF, the DEA, the U.S. Marshals, and the state and local agencies in every part of our country. Other than that, we don't include too many people.
So why is he
That's a hell of a
speaking about
group,
the
isn't it, huh,
cartel
when you think of
today?
it? That's not
That's
a
what I'm
group
trying
you
to
want
figure out
against
here.
you. Yeah, certainly not at one time.
New
In addition
distraction.
to the task force members, we're pleased to be joined by representatives of law enforcement at every level, the highest level, actually, but every level, including National President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Patrick Yos. Where's Patrick? Patrick, thank you, Patrick. Thank you for the endorsement, too. That really hit it off. I would have gotten 98% anyway, but it was still good to have your endorsement. Thank you, Patrick. I don't forget those things. President of the National Sheriff's Association, Chris West. Chris? Thank you, Chris, very much. Great, good job. Major Cities Chief Association Executive Director, Laura Cooper. Laura, thank you, Laura, very much. Major County Sheriffs of America Executive Director, Megan Noland. Megan, thank you. Thank you very much. And President of the National Border Patrol Council, my friend, and a very good speaker, by the way. Whenever he gets up and speaks, I say, that guy can really speak. I don't know. I don't want him to run for office. I want him to stay where he is. Paul Perez. Paul, thank you, Paul.
Task
Paul?
force equals
Hi, Paul. What are you
all
doing
the
over
law
there, Paul?
breakers, the
Good
corruption
job.
in
Good
our
speaker
cabinet.
you are, though, Paul. I mean it, too. You've made some
He's going to
incredible
continue to
speeches.
people we know.
And all from the heart, too, right? Some great ones. Today, you'll hear details from my national security and homeland security teams about the extraordinary historic achievements of this new Homeland Security Task Force since it became fully operational last month in all 50 states. The job they're doing. What we inherited from this past administration is like disgraceful. In a matter of weeks, the task force has made the largest number of arrests of cartel leaders, operatives, and gang members in American history, more than 3,000 and counting. That includes members of the ultra-violent New Generation Cartel, the Sinaloa Cartel, the LNFM Cartel, MS-13 Cartel.
Again, why is he
MS-13,
talking about the cartel?
gang, and Tren de Aragua, another beauty. That's a group of real garbage we have to deal with.
A real
we shouldn't have to
beauty.
deal with.
It's
These
not
are,
a
in
teenage
addition to the
pageantry.
massive numbers of dangerous criminals my administration arrested nationwide since January 20th, numbering over 120,000. It's a record, and 120,000 criminal arrests. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, for 4 long years before I took office, the last administration allowed the cartels and their operatives to frankly take over our country, to freely infiltrate America and all the communities nationwide. Along with transnational gangs, these groups have unleashed more bloodshed and killing on American soil than all other terrorist groups combined. These are the worst of the worst. It should now be clear to the entire world that the cartels are the ISIS of the Western Hemisphere, in addition to their monstrous violence, such as cutting off heads, burning their enemies alive, and burning innocent people alive, too, by the way. The cartels control large swaths of territory. They maintain vast arsenals of weapons and soldiers, and they use extortion, murder, kidnapping to exercise political and economic control. Thank you very much, Joe Biden, for allowing that to happen. Biden surrendered he just surrendered our country to the cartels. Don't worry, it gets better. We're taking it back. It's really fast at levels that nobody's ever seen before. But what we had to put up with, what we inherited, was just a disgrace. And while Biden was president, if he was president, I think the Autopen was president, not Biden. Nearly 100% of those who infiltrated our southern border did so because they were personally approved. They admitted they were just what happened, assisted by the most dangerous and violent criminal organizations anywhere on the planet. The worst people on the planet they allowed into our beautiful country. Under the Trump administration, we're finally treating the cartels as the core national security threat that they really are. The cartels are waging war on America, and just as I promised in the campaign, we're waging war
Again,
on them
why the
like they've
cartels
never
today?
seen before. All you have to do is turn on your television and you'll see what's happening to them. Past administrations have tried to mitigate this threat, and our objective is to eliminate it. We're not mitigating, we're eliminating. We're getting them out. The bad ones we're putting in prison. We hate
Past
to do that because that means we're
administrations,
stuck with them for
he was
50 years
the
or
president
more.
just
In
one
recent
before
weeks, our
this
Homeland
last
Security Task Force has seized more than 70 tons of deadly narcotics, along with more than 1,000 illegal guns. And that's just recently. This is already
I
the
want
most
proof on this.
successful anti-cartel and anti-gang operation in American history, and it's just getting started. We have incredible people. A lot of them are in this room with us today, and it's an honor to have them. But we're going to not stop until the threat has been fully and completely eradicated. I want to thank task force members with us today, including a person who's doing a fantastic job, Attorney General Pam Bondi. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Sounds so much better than Secretary of Defense. I don't know. Do you guys agree with that? I don't know. It sounds, we won the First World War, the Second World War. I would say everything before and everything in between. And then we got woke and we said, well, let's call it defense. I think we like it this way better. It's funny, that's something I thought it would be maybe controversial, and it's only controversial that we changed the name in the first place. It's not controversial at all. It's been unbelievably well accepted, Pete. Hasn't it, right? It's been pretty amazing. I thought it would be controversial. People want to have our country back. People want to do exactly what we're doing right now. We're getting a lot of credit for it, and we should. I want to thank, though, Pete. You're doing a great job. Pete Hegseth. Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Kristi, thank you very much. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi, good job. And the heads of all of the law enforcement agencies all throughout the room. You're really amazing, the job you've done. To provide additional details on our mission, I would like also to ask General Bondi to say a few words, followed by Secretary Noem, Secretary Hegseth, Director Gabbard, Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. Stephen, you're such a superstar, Stephen. They called Stephen the other day a very bad name, and I said, you should sue them, Stephen. I think he will. I hope he does. FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. And I just want to say it's an honor, the job we're doing, and these people are doing absolutely incredible. I'll just add a couple of things. In Memphis, as you know, where the numbers are down in half already, and it's only been about 2 weeks. You're doing a fantastic job there. Thank you. Incredible. Nobody thought it was possible. It was really it was a very sick city. It was horrible what happened there. People would go from, if you're on the board of FedEx, they would ride you 1 block to the hotel. They said you couldn't walk it because it was too dangerous, and they're already feeling better about it. But the best example right now is Washington, D.C. We went from one of the most unsafe places in the planet, I hate to say, but in this country, to a totally safe city. It's nothing's crime-free, I guess, but this is about as close to crime-free as you're going to get. And you guys have done an incredible job with that. Every one of you have worked so hard on this one, and it's our nation's capital. And people would go to the nation, they'd go from, I always say, Iowa, Indiana. They'd go from Florida, they'd come up, they want to see the monument. I want to see the Lincoln Memorial. I want to see one of the monuments, any one of them, and they'd go home in a coffin. But not anymore. It's not happening anymore. We haven't had that happen in a long time. It was averaging more than one a week, one person a week. Who would think that's possible? And it hasn't happened anymore. And we have a safe city. We have a city where the restaurants are booming. People are going out. Nobody's being mugged, hit over the head with a baseball bat. None of the stuff is gone. We took out 1,700 criminals, many of them career criminals, many of them given to us by Joe Biden and his ridiculous open borders policy. They came in from jails from all over the world, not just South America, from all over the world. Jails, they came in from mental institutions and insane asylums all over the world, drug dealers, and we got them the hell out of here. They're either that, or if they're so bad, as I said before, we put them in jail because we can't take a chance that they come back. But I want to just say that Washington, D.C. is such an example of what could be done. And now the same thing's happening in Memphis. We're just halfway through the process, and already the numbers are far superior, far better than what we would have thought at this time. And Chicago, I just saw the number. Last week, it was last weekend, 4 were murdered, 11 were shot. And then I have this guy Pritzker's
the rate.
Very weak governor. Let me be nice. I'm going to be very nice. He's extremely weak. He's pathetic. I have Pritzker get up and say how great they're doing in Chicago. They're doing very poorly. So 4 were murdered, 4, 11 were shot. I would say, and that was not a bad week for him. Okay, that was not a bad week. He's had somewhere 18 or 19 were murdered. And you know what his excuse was? Yeah, but that was a long weekend. Okay? Can you believe it? He said that was a long weekend. He's bad. And the mayor is worse. I mean, that mayor is worse. Low IQ, very low IQ. And we don't need low IQ people. We need people that are going to take care. And I love Chicago, and I love those beautiful women. Black women, beautiful women wearing MAGA hats, and they're all over the place in Chicago. They want protection. They don't care if it's the National Guard, if it's the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines. They'll take Space Force, okay? Space Force, send them in. They just don't want to be mugged, killed, raped, shot in the head, and we stop it. So we're going to be given a very special, we're going to give Chicago very special care. As you probably know, maybe you heard, we were going to do a big surge in San Francisco, but got a great call from some incredible people, some friends of mine, very successful people. Mark, everybody knows him, and Jensen, everybody knows Jensen, NVIDIA, and others called me from San Francisco, and they said, we're working really, really hard with the mayor, and we're making progress. Would it be possible for you to hold off the surge? And I had 4 or 5 calls, and I think they're making progress of their own. That would be the greatest. I mean, if they could do that, that'd be great. And they have great competence in those people. I mean, incredible competence, some of the smartest business leaders. And they're working very well with the police department. They're doing a good job. So we are holding off that surge, everybody, and we're going to let them see if they can do it. I said, I think we can do it much faster. I know we can do it faster. I think we can do it better than anybody. We can take criminals out that they're not going to know about, and probably they don't have the legal authority maybe to do what we can. But I'm okay with it, and we're going to let San Francisco, has the potential to be, it was a great, great city, has the potential very quickly to be a great city again. And these are the companies that are there that are all working, and those are the people that asked me, could you do away with the surge, and let's see how it works. And we'll do that. If we need to, we'll do it. But it's possible that we won't need to, and we will be focusing on other places like Chicago, and we'll have Chicago taken care of very quickly. To take care of Memphis.
Are going to be meeting on fentanyl in a few weeks and working hand in hand on that. Secretary Noem spoke to him. But the results of this last month have been historic. As the president said, in the last month, think about this, 3,200, more than 3,200 violent gangs and drug dealers have been taken off the streets. Off the streets. Now, Director Patel and all of these agencies have also been working so hard on getting the leadership.
More lies.
But we are getting all the gang members off the streets and the drug dealers, Sinaloa, CJNG, MS-13, and more, TDA. 91 tons of drugs have been seized as a result of this task force. We tried to put this in perspective for you. This would be filling 4 18-wheelers. 4, all the drugs just in the last month that have been taken off the streets. 58,000 kilos of cocaine. Think about a big backyard swimming pool. That would fill 1.5 swimming pools. Just the powder cocaine that has been removed, saving lives this last month, thanks to all of these people around the table. 2,300 kilos of fentanyl powder and 2.1 million fentanyl pills off the streets. And as the president said, more than 1,000 illegal guns. The Biden administration was, for way too long, all of these great law enforcement officers surrounding the table were not able to do their jobs. What they've said is now they've been uncuffed. They can do their jobs now. We've been watching transnational gangs grow in our country, become organized, set up infrastructure in all of our states, but no longer under President Trump. We are destroying the infrastructure, and we're no longer on defense. All of these great men and women are on offense, so they better get ready. We're dismantling the cartels, and we are taking the leaders into custody and all of the gangs. We are going to supercharge this work. This is not a pilot program. This is permanent. We are here to stay. And Secretary Hegseth, we couldn't do this without you and the Department of War. Thank you all so much for everything you're doing around this table, working tirelessly. And President Trump, thank you for giving them the ability to do it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. President, since the year 2000, we have lost over 1 million Americans to drugs, to overdoses, to these cartels that have proliferated that kind of a disease on our people and have gone to war with our next generation of Americans. When you signed the executive order that was protecting the American people from invasion, what you did is that you took these cartels and gangs that we've known for decades and you declared them to be what they really are, and that's terrorists. You declared war on them, and you didn't say we were just going to fight them. You said we were going to destroy them. And everybody around this table is so honored to be here to work with you to destroy these terrorists that have been killing Americans for years and getting rich off of it. I'm so proud of the work that was done just in the September surge. You referenced that earlier. We had over 400 operations that went down in those first 43 days of the Homeland Security Task Force in operations that brought, as Pam referenced, 3,200 terrorists to justice, got them off the streets. Sir, we also have had over precursors and chemicals that were brought in. We've had the work at the southern border. We've got Border Patrol here at the table with you. Fentanyl has been cut down by 50% coming into this country over our borders. We've continued to work not just nationally, but internationally and on our maritime borders as well. The ICE agents that have so much violence against them and threats against them, sir, they get up every day ready to work with this task force to be able to keep people safe. And then we've got Coast Guard, who's been doing just a ton of our incredible interdictions out on the seas and the waters in cooperation with operations that you've targeted in the Caribbean with the Department of War. And sir, I just want to thank you for the leadership you put at this table, for your cabinet members, for Stephen Miller, for putting this in place to make sure that what you did when you consolidated the Homeland Security Task Force, you took 1,000 other task forces that were already established in the federal government and you streamlined them into this room, into this group right here, so that we can look at each other in the face every day and say, what's our problem? How do we address it? How do we fix it? And then we go to work together with our arms linked to
They
do
all
exactly what
brainwash
you
each
told
other.
us
Listen
do.
to
And
this
that's not
crap.
just protect the American people from invasion, but to kill these terrorists. You gave us the task to eliminate them, destroy them, so that they can't destroy the next generation of Americans. So thank you, sir. Thank you for the people you put around this
Thank you
table.
very much. That's a great job. Thank you. Pete?
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Mr. President, for your leadership. Chief, likewise, Tulsi and Todd and Dan and Pam and Christy and Stephen and Cash. I mean, I could go around the table. From the Department of War, we are thankful and grateful for the incredible effort that your agencies put in. And we could not be more proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with you, not superficially, not kind of over here, but front and center on the Homeland Security Task Force, right there with you. Because our department has spent over 2 decades defending other homelands, and we're very proud to be defending our own. And if you talk to the troops down, say, on the southwest border, Mr. President, morale is sky high and continues to be, because they're proud to be defending their own communities, their own state, and their own country. So when that executive order was signed, the mission was clear: protecting the American people against invasion. And so the Department of War went straight to the southwest border. We still have 10,000 troops there. We have national defense areas. We're standing alongside the Border Patrol, and we've locked that border down, 100% control of the southwest border. You stop the invasion. And then we're proud to be going on the offense, counter-cartel operations. And it's not counter-cartel, as was mentioned. These are designated terrorist organizations, foreign terrorist organizations. Our generation spent the better part of 2 decades hunting al-Qaeda, hunting ISIS. Well, as the president said, this is the ISIS, this is the al-Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere. They intimidate, they terrorize, they extort, they poison the American people. The president's right. Every boat we strike is 25,000 Americans whose lives are saved because of the drugs that were headed in our direction. So our message to these foreign terrorist organizations is: we will treat you like we have treated al-Qaeda. We will find you, we will map your networks, we will hunt you down, and we will kill you. And you've seen that evidence in the maritime domain, whether it's in the Caribbean or in the Pacific with the last 2 strikes. We know exactly who these people are. We know what networks they work with, what foreign terrorist organizations they're a part of. We know where they're going, where
So
they
basically,
originated
this
from, what
video
they're
goes
carrying.
on about the
And they
same
know we know.
way. I don't know
And that will
how
soon
long
start to
for,
change the
but I watched the
calculus
whole
of
thing.
these
But
boats.
you
So
get the gist
the
of it. I
critique
hope you
of
were
this is, of
watching
course,
it from
as
my
often is the
comments,
case,
and I hope
wrong.
you could read it. 'Cause
We know our
obviously, I
authorities. It's
don't
locked
usually,
tight, and we're going to treat them like foreign terrorist organizations on the offense. So the Department of War is not going to
like
degrade.
clipping, but this
or
whole
just
thing
simply
goes on.
arrest.
And I think
We're
Pete
gonna
actually
defeat and
says the
destroy these
word
terrorist
kill multiple
organizations to defend the
times.
homeland on
He's
behalf of the
all
American
jacked
people,
up, as you
making
can
the jobs
tell,
of law
and
enforcement
I'm
safer in the
sure
process,
that he
making the
wanted the
communities of
press
Americans
out of the
safer in the
Pentagon
process. We think
because
it's a
he's been
very
having
core
manic
mission
episodes,
of
people
the
that
Department
were
of War. We're proud to be
reporting.
here, Mr. President.
So
very much,
he doesn't
Thank you.
want people to
Tulsi,
see
please.
him in real
Yes, thank you,
time.
Mr.
Again,
President. The key
anything
reason
they've
that
said
you
thus
are
far,
hearing
and
about
I've
these
watched
incredible
the
effects
entire
is number one, the
session
team that you've
today
assembled
live.
here and the leadership
I've
and the
seen
tone that you have set.
absolutely
First and
zero
foremost, about
proof
keeping the American
on
people safe.
anything
The
anybody in
intelligence
this
community
cabinet
plays a
has
critical
said.
role in being able to
What I do
support our
see
law
proof
enforcement at
on
the federal, state, and
is
local level
all the
to make sure that
rates,
they are
all the
armed with
footage
actionable
that all
intelligence
we the
to be able
people
to actually
have
go after
gotten
those who threaten the
on
safety and
what
security
ICE
of the American
causes
people.
when they're
Mr. President, under your
implemented
leadership, for the
into our
first time,
cities
there is
and
a
detaining
newly
human
created
beings
National
in
Intelligence
this
Fusion
immoral
Cell
way.
at the Office
And
of
then they
Director
end up
of National
not being
Intelligence, National
criminals like
Counterterrorism.
they say they
That has a
are
very simple
at all.
purpose, to make sure that
It's
we have
minimal,
two-way
the
intelligence
ones
sharing
that
of
they find,
actionable
and I
information
haven't
between the
heard
intelligence
any
community
of them be
and law
called
enforcement. I want
out
to
to
talk
what
briefly
Pete
about
just said,
three
cartel.
successes
Again,
that
I
we've
don't know
had
why
just
they're
here in the
using this
last
word
few weeks,
cartel
Mr.
all of a
President,
sudden
through
again
the
today.
success of this
And
interagency
we don't get
fusion
our
cell.
drugs
Just this
from
last week,
Colombia
our
or
National Counterterrorism
Venezuela,
Center
which they go on to
supported through
mention.
actionable intelligence to both
So
U.S. law
again, they're
enforcement
blowing
as well
up
as Mexican
boats
law
without
enforcement the
proof
arrest of a
of
Sinaloa cartel
reason,
boss,
which makes it
El
war
Plato in
crimes,
Juarez,
which makes
Mexico,
not
as well as
only
his
the
top
crimes
three
they're
money
committing here
launderers.
on U.S.
In a
soil,
separate
they're
and
actually
recent
committing
successful
crimes
interagency operation, NCTC worked closely with the U.S. Marshal
internationally
Service
too,
that
as
led
well.
to the arrest of another dangerous Sinaloa cartel
I'm sorry
member
to say
responsible
today
for
too
tracking
that
huge
East
amounts of
Wing
cocaine
is completely
and
gone now.
hundreds
It
of
was
thousands of
completely
dollars in this single
demolished.
incident
The
with
president
drug proceeds through
continued
his
to
network.
do it, even with
I'll say the
we
last
the
example I'll
people
share
not
is
wanting him to
probably
do
the
it
most
and him not going
insidious,
through the proper
was providing
channels,
intelligence to
and
the
he's still
Mexican law
not being
enforcement
stopped.
that led to the
So
arrest
when,
of
why
a
shouldn't he
CJNG
continue?
cartel-affiliated
Because
baby trafficker
nobody's
called La
stopping
Diabla.
him
Her
from
whole
anything else
money-making
he's
operation
doing.
was centered
Except
around
it looks like
luring
sleeping
pregnant
right now.
women,
Looks like Tulsi
performing
just
illegal
woke him up.
C-sections, harvesting
Wake up,
organs,
you.
and
Yeah,
selling
so he
newborn
pretends to
babies.
be our
Mr.
president,
President,
but
it's your
he's not
leadership
working for the
that has made
people at
all of this
all.
possible. I can tell you, in the
And
midst of this government
this
shutdown, our
whole
folks,
meeting
like
is just
everyone
an
around this
ass
table, are
kiss
working
meeting.
24/7
It's a
without
liars
pay
meeting,
and eager to
they
get after
think
this because
that
they
when
believe in
they
your
lie, we
leadership and the
believe
mission
them.
that you have
But
presented
they think we're
to them.
stupid because we
Thank you, Mr.
see what's
President. I'll
going
hand this
on,
off
we
to
feel what's
Homeland
going
Security
on,
Advisor
we
Steve
hear
Miller,
what's
the
going
leader of
on,
this
we
task
know
force.
these are all lies. So you could actually
Let me just
sit
say,
at this
Mr. President, that
1950s
this country was
video
going to
here
die without you.
and talk all
This
you
country was going to
want.
actually die without you.
But
That's
we
what we were
actually
facing in
see the
2024.
facts
We've been invaded for
because
4 years.
we're
Our
all
communities
together
were
in this,
sinking.
and Saturday's
Our
party
public safety had gone to zero.
protest
Cartels
proves it.
were running entire
And
communities.
I can't even
Sex
listen
trafficking,
to
child
Stephen
trafficking,
Miller
labor
talk.
trafficking was out of
This
control.
guy's a
Overdoses were
Nazi
out of
in the
control.
worst form.
The
And
cartels
if
were
you've
claiming
ever
more and
seen
more
him,
territory.
he looks
City
like he
services were
hasn't
buckling.
developed past
was a
fifth
country on the
grade,
verge of
because
dying.
when he's in front of
And you
people, he
alone
gets
saved
all
it. And when you
like,
stepped forward,
look, I'm
originally
getting
in 2016,
attention.
you
You know,
started a
like
movement
you all go through in
to
elementary
make
school when
America
you're
great
getting
again. And that
attention
means
from the
make
first
America
time
great again
in like one of
in
your
every way.
groups
And
that
that
you
means
belong
safety and
to.
prosperity
So
and peace and
he's
freedom
just
from
they're
cartels and crime
all of
and
these
gangs.
people, first of
And
all,
your
are
vision
all
and your
white.
leadership in declaring war on the
The
drug
president
cartel
and all of
is the
them
single
put the
most
white
successful
women
public
up
safety
here
initiative in
to
American
justify
history.
that
And I need the
they're
media
not
to understand what President
misogynist,
Trump
which
has
is
done.
completely
People
untrue.
have been
These
talking
women
about
are
drug
puppets.
cartels
They're
for
mean
longer than I've been
puppets,
alive.
and they're dangerous puppets.
And everyone has just taken
And
for
they're
granted
just
that they
here
can't be touched or stopped.
to make
They're
us
too big,
think
they're too powerful,
that
they're
they're
too evil, they're
not
too murderous. They can operate with impunity.
against
In just 9
women
months,
and
President Trump is the only American
femininity,
leader,
but
not just in our
it's
lifetimes,
true.
but ever,
We are so
to actually take the fight to the
disproportionately
drug cartels, to
represented
actually seek their eradication.
by this
And
house.
it's
Oh, look,
happening.
Donald's sleeping
And so
again.
while
Wake up.
the Democrats are shutting the government
we
down
are
and
so
fighting for free health care for illegal aliens,
Disproportionately
President Trump has assembled
represented
here.
by
He's
this
assembled a
White
team
House.
under
As
his
usual,
vision,
this has been
direction,
going
and
on
leadership
forever,
that is saving hundreds
and
of
it's got to
thousands of lives.
change.
Hundreds
You know, I
of
was watching
thousands of
another
lives.
press conference
And
this
only
week,
President
and the
Trump could have done
whole side of the
And
table
I'll say
was
one last
white
thing,
men
which
in
is
suits.
that his courage has been
That
an
does
inspiration
not
to everyone else in
represent
this room.
the censor for
There are
the
people in this room,
USA.
looking
We
at, for
need
example,
brown
at Todd
people up
Lyons,
there, we
who
need
have been
black people up
relentlessly
there, we
doxxed
need
and
more
harassed and
women up
threatened.
there.
But when
I looked
they
up the
see President
statistics
Trump's
for
courage,
women
what
in
he's been through for
Congress.
10 years to save America,
18% of
when
the
they came
Congress
after
people
his
are
family,
women,
his
and we
businesses,
all know
his
that women
safety,
are at
his
least
freedom.
half
Everyone at this table
percent,
knows we can give
50% to
whatever it takes to get the mission
51%
done. So President Trump,
of the
thank you for your
population
leadership,
in this
your boldness,
country.
your
So
courage, and your vision. We're
women
honored
are
to serve
not
under you.
being
Well, I want to thank you,
represented
Stephen,
properly,
I
and
have
we
to
know
say
that because they're
you know,
taking our rights
I've been
away
making the
to
rounds. I'm
make
leaving
choices for ourselves.
tomorrow for
Again,
some
these
very big
women right
meetings, including
here
with the
are just,
president of China,
they're not elected
where I think we're
officials
gonna come
and
out
they're
very
just
well, and,
props. So he
everyone's gonna be
doesn't
very
look
happy. But
like who he really
everybody said
is, a
the
woman
same thing.
abuser.
A year ago, we
He
had a
doesn't
dead
even look
country.
at women
We were a
as
dead
people
country. We
or
really were,
ever
in a
talked
lot of
as a
ways, not
woman,
just
as a
this. We were
person.
dead as doornails
And he
on
doesn't
this, but,
handle women
we
like
were
they're
a
women
country
or
that was in
people
serious
either,
trouble
or anybody
and
for that
beyond that.
matter. So we
And,
need to be
we have the hottest country
represented
anywhere in the world
more
right now. The whole world is talking
proportionately,
about it.
and
We
by
have the
him
hottest
jerry
country
rigging the maps
anywhere in the world.
and the
We're gonna clear
voters'
up this crime
rights,
in our cities.
that's
We
not
can do
gonna
it
help. And
quickly,
the
too.
only reason why he's doing
They
that is
showed
because
how
he's
quickly we
scared
could do
he's
it in
gonna,
D.C. It was
the
a real
Republicans
bad
are gonna
place. It
lose
was
the
a real
election
mess.
because they are
Dirty,
losing
filthy,
every
disgusting
election
graffiti all
between
over the
now
place.
and then
Tents
anyway.
on every
The
ounce of
Democrats
parks
are
that we
killing
had.
the Republicans right now in
Just
special
disgusting.
elections.
I
And
rode
if
around
we
last
do
weekend. I
live to
rode
see
around the city.
another
I
legit
felt very safe in that
election,
car. You know, I would have done it without it.
not saying the
I wouldn't
past
need that car
ones,
so much anymore,
like
I
this
will tell
past
you,
year
but,
was legit or not,
the place was clean.
but
We've
I
started
don't
that
care
also,
how
not
many
only law and
seats
order,
he
but
tries to
the
change.
cleanliness is
I
important. I
think
think cleanliness
even
is almost
the
a part of law and order. If you
Republicans
see
that aren't
dirty, disgusting
brainwashed
streets
MAGAs
and
will
potholes all over
still
the place
vote
and
for
railings
Democrats
falling down
because
and
of how
graffiti
we're
all over
being
the
treated
marble,
by
beautiful
these
statuary
people
marble
sitting at
columns,
this
those gorgeous columns where they
1950s
had graffiti.
movie.
It's all gone.
It's
And
the
I think it's a
worst
part
in
of it. I really
history,
do. I think
y'all.
it's a big
The
part of it.
worst.
But we
They
have a
are
city
not
that we can be
following
proud of.
the
We're
rule
going to
of
be that way
law.
with
They
every
have a
city we have.
corrupt
That's why we're San Francisco. I wish them
panel.
luck, but we could do it so
Half
much
of them
faster. I told them
in
that. I
our
love what you're
Supreme
doing.
Court.
I
I
respect
don't know
it, and
how
I
they
respect
got
the
there
people that are doing it.
in
They're
a
the biggest
corrupt
people in the
way.
country. They're the
I would
biggest
like
people
all
in the
that
world.
to be proven
A
out
lot
in
of
the
the
open
high
in
tech.
public.
Some people like them, some people don't,
So
but
let's
they're
keep
smart.
doing what
And
we're
they wanna
doing,
do it. And I said,
fighting
I am
and
so
doing what we
honored to
can
let you
from
do
who
it.
we
And if
are
it doesn't
and
work
where
out,
we
we'll do
are,
it for you
because
very
we are
quickly.
so much stronger than this.
I just want to thank
And
the people
I know we
around
got
this
this.
table are
So
amazing.
let's just check
Cash,
in to
please
see
go
if
ahead.
there's anything else
President,
that
I'll just keep it
interesting
short,
that
but
you
I
might
think
want to
what the
hear.
media
I
should
doubt it. More
realize
lies and lies
is
and
the amount of
lies.
courage it takes to do this, and you led that mission. You led it during your campaign, and you brought
Cash
it to the American
Patel's
people.
kissing
I think the media
ass.
should focus on some of these numbers the Attorney General just rattled
Blah,
off.
blah,
Those
blah.
aren't numbers,
Just
those
like I
are
told
lives.
you.
Lives
So
saved
that's
by
the end.
millions,
Thanks for
millions.
tuning in
Enough,
to
excuse me,
Make Me
enough
Sick
fentanyl to kill over
TV.
200 million
Please
Americans.
hit the
Gone.
subscribe button. It's
Evaporated off our
free.
streets permanently.
Please hit the
Your
thumbs
vision to
up button.
safeguard American
It
freedoms
really
and our
helps the
children and
channel
our
out.
future is the most courageous
Great
thing I've ever seen
to
a
have
president
you
of the
here
United
with
States
me
ever
today.
do.
I
And
hope
your
this
ability to
didn't bore
marshal
you
it
too
out
much
in 8
or
months,
make you too
in
sick.
8 months, these
I know it
statistics
can
would have
change
taken
your
other
mood.
administrations
That's why I'm going to
decades,
stop.
decades. And
But
the
have a great
partnership that
rest
you
of
see
the
around the table, I
day.
just
Keep
wanna,
loving
sum it up
everybody.
with the
Keep
following. When I
including
call these folks around the
everybody.
table, when I call our
And
state,
pass
local
on the
law enforcement
love
partners
while
who
we
have been absolutely critical
continue
to this
to
mission,
change
when
us
Stephen Miller
back to
called me and said we're
normal.
going to create the Homeland Security Task Force and the FBI and DHS